Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 29 of the Rise of Icelandic Football here with HK. My name's Damien and we are back for another day in the life of the HK series. It is going to be a very interesting game today. It's going to be the fourth qualifying round of the Champions League, and as of late we've had a lot of usually easy results in the Champions League to get to the group stage. Today is going to be a bit different because we've got Dinamo. And they have got quite the team and they are quite rich, and I actually think that for the first time in a couple of years we're not favourites to get through to the group stage. I feel like they are. As we can see, we're on the home screen, and the first place we're going to look is, there's a new hot prospect in town, Robert Moruta. It's after August Day. Was it youth intake? Unfortunately not. We bought Robert, but Robert is a player that I wouldn't say is a hot prospect, but one of these key little players. Welcome, Robert. As you can see, a fantastic goalkeeper at 21. Sensational. He's improved his positioning a little bit, but apart from that, he's beautiful. 16 kicking and one-on-one with 14 handling, 14 reflexes, 15 throwing, decent command of area for a keeper that's only 5'11", and decent jumping reach as well. That's only ever going to improve. He's got bags of potential as well. And for a keeper like this, you would have expected 3-4 mil at least. Damien, no, had a release fee for 1.4 mil from Braga, and was fairly happy to come. Wanted a couple of promises, and looked to sell him on and all that sort of stuff. Look, usually players say that and then they stay here for a couple of years and they're like, oh yeah, we like it here. As you can see, he's a big fan of Isberg already. He's excited by our opportunity to win in the league as well. And as you can see, he's played 2 league games and only allowed 1 with a 7.15. He's also played in the Champions League, 3 games for only 3 goals for 7.07. If you compare him to Jon, where are you, Jon? You can see he's a miles better shot stopper and miles better with his distribution, and considering he play out, that's very important for us. Aerially, Jon apparently always beats every keeper I find, and I don't understand, because if you look aerially, he's got better jumping reach, but command of area might have something to do with aerial reach. His aerial reach is quite good, that's probably why. But anyhow, if you go back to it anyway, aerially, don't really mind too much. Eccentricity is the same, thank God. Jon apparently communicates a little bit better. I expect that to improve over time with Robert learning the language. Mentally, speed, and physically though, Robert is a step above what Jon is. Jon's happy on a backup contract right now. If anyone remembers, he did have a hand in a transfer request. He then took that transfer request back. He's now happy to stay here because Olympic Marseille don't want him. I now don't want to sell Jon at all, and I want him to be back up for many years, mainly because in the Champions League, we got our squad, a lot of people have to be unregistered. We have a lack of homegrown players. Now, I thought like Dagger, because he's Icelandic and came out of an Icelandic club, he would be homegrown. Apparently he's not. So now I'm trying to loan him out because he's a bit unhappy that he didn't make the cut. I wanted to give like the likes of Bojan and that games in the Champions League instead of Dagger because they've got obviously that potential to grow. So Dagger a bit upset. That's why we're loaning him out. I did send the Livakovic, who's growing sensationally. He keeps yo-yoing between 4-star ability, with 3-star, 4-star, black star, and then 4-star and 5-star, and that keeps going to like 3.5. He's been in some good form as well. He's been playing well in the under-19s and coming into games and playing well in the games, playing well in the cup. 8.77 in the cup, by the way. Starting every cup game. He's been playing quite well. But he also had the same problem, and I didn't want to upset him too much, so he came in over Dagadan because I feel like we can drop the extra midfielder. Santiago didn't actually kick up a fuss. He's fairly poor because he doesn't like being out, but he hasn't, it hasn't kicked up a fuss. He's quite a good keeper, Santiago, and I love the determination. So I want to keep him here just in case we ever get another keeper in the youth intake. Fortunately, youth intake was quite poor, and obviously around everywhere else it was quite poor. Everyone wanted. Don't worry about this. This side was interested in Robert when I went in for him, and it stayed there. If they want to pay me like something like 15 million, by all means, but I don't think they're going to pay it. But we're going to get into today's game here, like I said, against Dinamo in the first leg. Dinamo do look sensational, have better reputation. They are rich. They've got hot prospects such as this guy who, he looks fairly good. I don't know why it's only 65 rated on this guy as well. I actually think he's quite a good little player. But if we go to like Angela Aros, very good player, and we're just going to click down and we're just going to have a look. Just give it a scroll. You can see that there are players here that, as much as the scout rating will have you believe that they're not overly great, as we come across Gale, who's been given a good scout rating. There's players here that would roll you, and because of the club they're at, they got better value than what we have as players, and you can see exactly why people are very interested in poaching Dynamo's players, and why Dynamo are here, and why I think Dynamo are considered favourites. I don't know what the bookies consider who is favourites, but I reckon they are. They're considering us as favourites, which is fine. We've probably got better history in the competition of recent years than Dynamo. On the injury front, Gunnarson's been playing with a broken cheekbone. He's been wearing protective equipment for the past few weeks, and he's going to keep wearing protective equipment. I've been swapping between Tito Bonnin and Flamen as well. Flamen's growing and looks sensational, but at the moment, Tito Bonnin has been growing and banging in goals as well. His decision making went up dramatically of late. It went up to 12 from about 10, and still continuing to rise. He still looks the goods, and I trust him. A lot of clubs still want him on transfers, but no one ever wants to get close to that 22 mil. I really feel like if our reputation went up again, and the league reputation would go up again, it would be sensational. The lucky last one before we get into the game is actually our league reputation. Now I have to remember where we go to for this. It is here. World, is it in club competitions? No, I can't remember. Now I'm doing my head in now to remember world and rankings. There we are. National rankings. There we go. Competition leagues. There we are. Can I go to like our Champions League coefficients? We went up. All I'm trying to get to is that we went up. What's going on here? What's going on? Where is it? I can't remember what to do. Can't remember where it is. I cannot remember in the life of me where it's gone. Qualification places. There we go. We got there. As you can see, where are we? We are now 12th. There we are. We are guaranteed one best of playoff qualification, which means that basically we only have to win 2 games to get through if we top the group. One Champions League playoff, which means they only have to win. I think they only have to win that game to get through. And we get one team guaranteed into the group stage, one qualifying 3 and one qualifying 2. That means that for Icelandic football, we're going to have teams everywhere in Europe, which is sensational for a league that's quite small. Starting from next competition. So like HK will go in, IBV would then get a Champions League spot as well. KR I think will get into the group stage. FJ at the moment would then go into other qualifying, and then Bree will get a qualifying spot as well, dependent on the cup winners. I win the cup every year, so it means that it should go to Bree in the league, which means more teams in Europe. It means that top 5 now in Iceland get Euro competition, and that means then that, look, the more that happens, the better it is. Stephen, unfortunately, is a little bit unfit for this one. He's coming back from injury. Going to player traits. This hasn't come up in a long time. Develop your weaker foot. That's probably smart. Well done, coach. Going to give Repas a start here, I reckon, for this game here. It's unfortunate to have Stephen. He is booked as well. I'm going to try and keep it without a booking. Martin Pospic is suspended because of that reason. And Yag's 1 yellow card away, and we don't want him to get a yellow. Tommy's been preferred over Lucas Lotvat. He's been growing. It doesn't look like he's been growing there, but trust me, he's been growing. We're eventually now going to get into the game. I think that's everything that's happened since the last time I joined you. I remember getting those playoff games, and sorry it took me so long to remember. I usually just click on the email, and the email takes you straight there, but I haven't had to go search for it in a very long time for Football Manager, maybe like FM14. But yeah, great team talk, and we look like we might be the good seeds. A natural choice under the circumstances, because obviously no Jon, no Melvin Neves. We do need to re-sort out our captains. Neves wants to leave. Now, the problem with Neves leaving is that he would never play for Iceland then, because he would never get the thing. If he leaves, then we can safely say that he won't leave to another Icelandic club, which would be a shame. But there we are. I've left Brooksend in here over Wagner as well, but that was a mistake. It's been a great start there, so we're all over the shop. And it doesn't really matter too much. We'll go out there. We're away there at Dinamo. Can we do so? Brooks a good little replacement anyhow. Stefan Nishkin hasn't played too much, but he will play. today. Maruta there showing that he can kick a ball, but not to anyone in particular. Zuniga, who we nearly signed at one stage. Gallardo was in there. It's a good save. It falls back to Galeno, and Galeno makes it 1-0. Dinamo go ahead. We're 1-0 down, 2 minutes in. Maruta's ball it's the correct ball. Look, if it's not on, that's the ball hit high and wide. Unfortunately, just poor defensively. Maruta throws out of hand, but goes straight back to him. We are keeping the ball quite well. We are away. I'm expecting these to be 2 really intense games as well. Look, if we went out here, as much as I don't want to go out here, and I think we have a team good enough to get through most group stages, we would probably go into the Europa League and fancy our chances. I wouldn't mind a crack at the Europa League as well. I haven't played in the competition too much, obviously. But we don't want to just go and throw a game up because of that. As they shoot high and wide, it looked like it was going to be one of those pointless highlights where it's just on top of the box and he just smacks one. If it went in, I wouldn't mince my words. But 22 minutes in, we're creating, but I haven't seen too much. But this is the first one. It was Goodison. Yag can't get up. Bonini, he's got a decent strike. Finds Repas deflected, and in the end, Budgie, the Dynamo goalkeeper, dives to his left and clutches gratefully. I don't think that was the actual highlight though. I think the highlight's coming now. Stefan Nishkin, his head is poor, and Galeno, the goal scorer, finds for Zuniga, who we nearly signed a few years ago. Zuniga puts it wide though, and still 1-0 Dynamo after 24 minutes. Highlight again. Hopefully it's for us and we can create something. Stefan, his ball to Burik Sen. Sen down the line to Stein Grimminson now. He's been in some good form as well, Stein. Still running. It's poor from him, but he wins it back. A ball inside the Gunnarsson. Gunnarson's been sensational at the moment. Burik Sen, can you whip it a ball of quality? It's not the best ball. Brian gets up. Gunnarsson, can you hit one? Gunnarsson not too far away. Nearly. Away goal changes a lot. You know, last Champions League, there's a lot of teams that lost on away goals too. In the knockout stages, so it proves how important they are. So definitely an away goal in a tight fixture is always important. Burik Sen though, can he keep this one, son? He does. He finds Brian. Brian now. He looks inside and does find Kanan, who's also been in some great form. Gunnarsson now, will he pick out a pass? Gunnarsson, it's a great ball through. Stein! Oh, he's hit the post. What a ball from Gunnarsson though, and he's been doing that week in, week out. No matter league, Champions League, cup competitions, he's picking those passes, doing it now for the Icelandic national team as well. He's one of their star players. He's been sensational. He's replaced Gylfi Sirigunson in there. Gylfi, someone I've actually looked at maybe potentially signing. Doesn't want to come just yet. Anyhow, as Galeno now on the break here, but it's a poor ball. Stefan, Brian, into Repas. We've started to grow into this game over the last 10 minutes or so. Can we sneak one before half time? Kanan inside. It's a great ball out the Burik. He doesn't have the best of crossing, but can he make me mince my words? It's a back post ball. Kanan, it's a great ball from Burik. I'll take all that back. Burik Sen, you got great crossing. Don't worry about it. Kanan at the back post. That's 1-1. And 40 minutes in, we get our away goal. If I want to get to the Europa League, so to say, I want to get to the Champions League and then finish third. That would be the best way to do it, obviously, because then you're obviously seeded for the first knockout round as well. Kanan there with the header, and bang, there we go. Why don't we just win the Champions League this year? That would be nice. I don't know if that's going to happen. We don't have the team for it just yet, but not too bad. I wanted to showcase Stephen as well in this game here. He's been sensational, Stephen, but not fit enough to play today. I'm far from pleased what I just saw from the team because, look, we honestly didn't create too much apart from the last 10 minutes. Going to give Bonini a little bit more time. He hasn't been getting the service because we haven't been getting it in and around him at the moment. But Flamen has also been in great form, so might get Flamen on. Burik Sendo on a booking. Repas now. Burik, his ball, top of the box. Brian, can he turn? Doesn't turn. Instead finds Burik again. Burik back to Brian. Goodison. Can Goodison turn? Brian again. Loses out, and maybe it's a chance now for Dinamo to go forward. Dinamo, Galeno now. He's going down the line. Still Galeno. He's got numbers in and around the box. It's a ball back post. It's header up by Stefan. Oh my God, if he hit the volley there, it would have been sensational. Caught it sweet too. Bit worried that Burik has a yellow card. We do have Wagner on the bench. Any excuse really to probably get our best right back on, considering I was going to start him today. Doesn't really matter too much there. As Badji goes inside there to Tom Kak and inside the Costa Santos goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Dynamo keeping the ball quite well, and so they should at home, and they're a good side. Instead, they punt that one there long, and Tomic with a decent touch and should just go all the way back to Morota. Instead, he finds Stefan, and now to Yag, and can we be out the other side? Yag with a great ball inside, and Repas switches that one out to Stein Grimminson running at his man. Can he beat one? He can. It's a decent cross front post. Bonini goes down. No penalty given. It wasn't a pen. It was a good challenge. Yag though comes in, a great ball forward. Brian now inside there to Repas. Still with Repas. Repas. Tomic. Can he whip in a ball of quality? Back post. Stein. Oh, Stein. He should have scored. Should be 2-1 HK right there. I'm going to not pause the game now because there's a highlight, but I'm going to pause the game in a second, bring on Wagner. It's a good challenge though, but it falls to Bruno Brispo, Zuniga, Galeno from distance, not too far away. I'm going to bring on Jimmy Wagner now for Burick. I can just see the red card coming, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to take the caution. They're a little bit unfit, so maybe we can run over them. We're not the fittest either. That's a ball front post. It's falling back post, and it's a goal. I was trying to sip my coffee, and the highlight came out of not much. Looks like it's a tight Achilles for Bonini. Bonini isn't having the best day either, so we're going to just sub him off there for Flamen. Goodison's going to have to tough it out. And we're 2-1 down. The ball back post, Arnos, it's come through everybody. Someone's missed the interception. It looks like Yag. Not often does Yag make mistakes, to be honest. And there we go. It's 2-1, but can we create something? We've been in this game better in the second half, but not too bad. Not creating enough. Can we press in and win this? We haven't, but can the ball fall there to Wagner? He does. Repas now. Can he find the pass? Looks for Goodison inside. Goodison finds Stein. Stein back to Wagner. Still with Wagner. Wagner's angled ball. It's cleared, and it looks like Bruno Obispo's got to bring it on the break here. And a Dynamo going to go 3-1 up. It's a good challenge though. Nyag now. Flamen. You got Kanan in space. Go run at your man Kanan. Keep going Kanan. Keep going Kanan. Don't shoot though Kanan. Play through Stein. I'm feeling like it's an Isberg sort of day, ladies and gentlemen. And I reckon it's being done. He's looking frustrated. We're making all three changes. Isberg is on for Stein. And can King Isberg rise up and score another important goal for HK like he's done for many years? 72 minutes played. Can Isberg come on and do it? Yeah, I'll just happily take anyone. Young getting a goal would be sensational as well. 77 minutes played. It doesn't look like it's coming. 82 minutes played, but here we go. Wagner now. Inside the Isberg. Can he lay in across a quality son? It's a decent ball in. Flamen on the header. Bang goes Flamen. The two substitutes combine. 2-2. Dynamo 2. HK 2. Isberg dropped the shoulder. Beat his man. Whipped in a wicked ball. And Flamen boom at the front post with the header. And that is 2-2 after 83 minutes played. It's sensational stuff from the HK lads. Great header from Flamen. Keeper with no chance. He's been in some great form, hasn't he? Bonini's been in great form lately as well. Another highlight. Can we get another one? Isberg inside. Goodison gets tackled. Will it fall to them? It does. It's a ball forward, but Stefan Nishkin picks it up. Kanan in some space. Will he drive inside? His ball inside finds Goodison. Goodison Flamen takes one touch from distance. Flamen with an absolute vicious strike from distance. He's got his second inside 4 minutes. And bang goes Flamen. Stefan Nishkin wins that one. Goes to Kanan inside. And behind goal's going to be so good for this one. Goodison, Flamen, one touch and bang! Look at that. Top left-hand corner. HK 3, Dynamo 2. And for the whole time we have been chasing this game, where we're now ahead on away goals as well. 3 away goals, brilliant. And we're 3-2 up. But it's another highlight. Tomic, Brian now. Brian's ball, Flamen. We're going forward like a juggernaut in the last 10 minutes. Kanan now. He switches the play. Wagner, you got Isberg down the line. Use him. He doesn't. Goes inside and it's a poor ball. And Gale now on the break. It looks like Dynamo are going to have a chance. They got numbers back post. Still Galeno. Moruto with a great save. It falls to Jack. Is that Cranger? Oh no. I thought it was the actual Cranger. But anyhow, it's 3-3. What a crazy game of Football Manager. Dynamo equalise. Late doors. Galilano switch wings. He's been playing so well too, the winger. Moruto with a great save. It's tackled, hit Galilano and then fallen to Kranjar at the back post. And wow, I honestly thought it was going to be 4. If Wagner played the ball inside, could it still be 4? 6 minutes at a time. Goodison, will you hit one, son? Flamen, inside, Repas, full. Stefan Nishkin, he was offside, surely. He was offside by a mile. Is it because it's deflected off a centre? He is offside by absolute mile. 4-3. The goal's given. Offside here. Flamen. Still offside. Repas. Still offside. I'm guessing they haven't given it because it's the deflection off the centre back, but he's gaining an advantage by being in offside position. I think that should be off. Honestly do. But we're 4-3 up. Who cares? We're taking it at full time. We won 4-3. Late drama. An offside goal. For sure it's offside. Because if it's a shot, he's in an offside position when the ball's hit, so it shouldn't be counted. It's not like the defenders deliberately played at the ball as well, so when it deflects like that, I don't think it's technically been played by the defender. It's hit him in the back. I don't think that should have stood. But there we are. We are fortunate there to beat Dynamo a little bit. We chased the game, we went ahead, then it was equalised, then we were ahead 4-3. Bonanine's only going to be out for 1 to 2 days. It was what soccer was. It was all about. Made my halftime a little bit easier. It was an absolute epic. I would hope he would be able to make the impact off the bench. Me and the chairman get along fine. Yag is now accomplished, but he could improve over time. He's been saying that a lot. I just want him to get fully used to playing as a ball-playing centre-back, because he can definitely play it. And Goodison obviously shines in the wind. Going to save the game there. We're going to be back for part 2 in just a second. It won't be as rambly, thank God. We're just going to get straight into part 2. We win 4-3 away at Dinamo in what, to be honest, was a crazy game of football. I have to sim through a few days, and I think there's another game. There's a midweek game in the league. So we have to get through that, and then I'll be back for the Dinamo game in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. For you, it'll be just like that. For me, it'll take about 5 minutes. Hopefully you enjoyed the first leg, and I'll see you around for the second leg. And welcome back, everybody, to the second leg here against Dinamo. I just played the one league game that was in the league. It was one league game. It was against FJ. We won 2-0. In the league itself, 13 games played, 13 wins. Standard, you know, what to expect from the league. Nothing to note really in injuries. A lot of transfers going on. An interesting one. We actually got a 2-0 bid for Isberg. Wasn't tempted to sell, right? But the money was really good for a player of Isberg's perceived quality from Levante. Do they still want him, Levante? Yeah, they do. So Isberg's still, even at the ripe old age of 22, he's been here forever. It feels like he's like 40, and he's, you know, because he's been here so long, he still gets quite the transfer offers. In terms of that, we're going full strength. Tomic once again over Lucas Lotvat. Tomic has been growing. I don't know why there's the downward arrows there every time I look. I'm tempted to start playing like Burik Sen at left back. You know what? We're going to do it in this game. I just think Burik Sen at left back actually would be quite a good option. 17 stamina, good pace, good marking, good passing, good tackling, good crossing. I actually think he'd do alright. We're actually going to play the German there. The German's been actually getting some bids. Everything quite low, especially Wagner's bids. We're only getting like 400k bids for Wagner, and no one wants to negotiate, and I don't really want to sell, so I'm never going to get rid of him either. Stephen comes back in finally as well. I don't know why there's so many downward arrows there. I just got told he's developing sensationally. So yeah, very strange. One thing I am going to note is Stein. He barely grows, and it worries me. I feel like if this is the max he could reach, then probably you need to cash in on him at some point, but I hope he grows a little bit more. There's a player definitely on our hands there, just hoping that the growth eventually does come. Going to get forward into this game, obviously winning 4-3. We're going to go with this one here. Zuniga, who we nearly signed at once upon a time, looks quite good, is wanted by Freinberg, the Chilean. Folik is there, and we know about Galilino now because he dominated us, the pacey winger. The Portuguese man. We're going standard, quite standard as well. Maruta's still growing, which is great to know. We're going to get straight into it though. The draw is tomorrow if we get through, so we will bring you the draw in the episode if we do get through. Even if we don't get through, I think the Europa League draw is a day after. So I'm more than happy to do that one there and wait the extra day. It is the 31st as well, so you might see some transfer drama as well. As we won't cut it out. We'll just sim until the Champions League or the Europa League draw comes out, depending where we are. But the boys are out there. Flamen starts instead of Bonanine, who actually scored 2 goals in the league midweek, starting the game Bonanine. So it made me tempted to start him over Flamen. As we see the opening highlight, which usually is to nothing, with Stein crossing it straight into Krangno in goals, a different keeper from Dynamo. I'm very happy if this game ends basically like this highlightless, but we have a corner. Goodison whipped in. We don't really score corners, but Prospect's there, and Martin Prospect with a towering header into the top right-hand corner of the keeper. As we look there, it was top right-hand corner as well, because we're looking for behind the goal, and picked that one out. Goodison there with a great ball. Prospect with a clear run, a great header, and pick that one out, keeper. You can't. That's a great header. We're 5-3 up. We got 3 away goals as well, so they need to beat us on the night, you would say. They would need to score, you know, more than 2 against us. But Galliano's already beaten 2 down that side. Whips in a good ball quality, but Moruta comes out and claims. And can we create another one now from the back? Because Martin Prospect, can he find a ball into the midfield? He does. He finds Brian, who now can face forward and pick a pass. Finds Stephen in his natural roaming playmaker role. one little moment during an episode. But Stein, there we go. He whips in the ball back post, and in the end, straight to Cragno. And the highlight comes to nothing. Weird highlight straight after a goal. You feel like there's a goal coming from this whenever it takes this long. Cragno's long ball down. It's a good touch there. Zuniga, it's a good ball into Folek. Folek now to Ivo. Still Ivo into Zuniga. What a hit from Zuniga. Maruta can't get there, and it is 1-1. I said when the highlights take that long, goals do come, and Zuniga does score. And we've seen Dynamo's quality for sure over the leg and a bit that we've seen. Cragno goes long. Ivo there gets a touch, pays it inside. Zuniga to Folek. Folek there to Ivo. Ivo then go back inside the Zuniga. It's a wildly work move. Maruta can't save that one. That's arrowed into the bottom corner. And it is 1-1 on the night. 5-4 on aggregate. If Dynamo were to win, 2-1, 3-2, obviously we'll go for on away goals. I need a win on 4-3 to send it to extra time. So if we can get another one, I would say that we're probably in the driving seat. But Kanan, he brings it forward. Will he look inside? He does. Flamen, surely Flamen. Cragno can't save that one. Flamen scores. I will admit, Tito Bonain might have found a way to miss that one because of the way he goes in one-on-ones in the Champions League, episode 25. If you haven't watched episode 25, why are you here? But Flamen, there we are. Win the ball. Brian, though. Great run inside from Kanan. And the president of mine, when he comes inside here, not to shoot, but to play the ball to Flamen is brilliant. And that's why we reject bids for Kanan. And Flamen hits it through Cragno. It wasn't the most convincing of finishes. But when you go 2-1 up in a Champions League fourth playoff qualifying round, you don't care. We're another step now closer to the Champions League group stage. We're dominating possession and creating chances. And Goodison there with the corner. Flick down. Prospect nearly had another goal. He scored 3 goals in a game in a Champions League game. I'm pretty sure, like qualifying 2. It was 2 headers from a free kick and then a goal similar to that from a corner. But Goodison there. Guric heads that one out. Is that the Guric that's at Liverpool? I wonder. Brian flicked inside Stephen and headed away. I'm going to check if that's Marco Guric because I would love to see how he's developed into. But Wagner there doesn't really win it. Is it? It is Marco Guric, isn't it? He looks quite solid. Surprised that he's here. Is he on loan from Liverpool? I feel like Liverpool have missed a trick with this kid. I feel like he could definitely fit into the Liverpool model of being that really tall, powerful centre mid. He could do a job. Steven, anyhow, gives it to Wagner. Wagner's ball inside. Flamen heads down. Goodison! Oh, would have been a great goal on the volley. Great technique there from our centre attacking mid. And Goodison hits the post. Still trying to recover from that cheekbone injury, but playing with protection. Usually can't make out a full game. Will probably come off at some point as well for maybe Bojan, who isn't getting as much game time as I would like. Young Bojan. A lot of downward arrows. I do not know why. Got great facilities, of course, so they should all be growing at will. Dominating the game and looking quite good value for our lead right now. I'm just telling them I'm very happy with the way and to keep on going. They're not going to give him too much more. Goodison still has some fitness left in him, so we will keep him out there. I was thinking about half-time change, but we won't. And 45 minutes in, we're 45 minutes away now from another European Champions League group stage berth. Goodison with the corner, headed, flicked away. Stein doesn't mind a long-range effort, tries it, but it's going to fall out here to Marco Guric, who we just highlighted, and Guric brings it forward, the number 8 here for Dynamo. It's a great switch of play to Ivo. His number's in the box, and he wants to lay it across the box. It's a good break. Zuniga's there. Zuniga scores. It's 2-2. This tie is not over, ladies and gentlemen. And Dynamo, if they score the next one, will make it 3-2. We obviously won 4-3 away, so they need to score 4 goals to progress. But they do take a step closer. Ivo Zuniga, Maruta's left stranded by the defence. And another highlight, Krango now, long and really long. Up by Prospect, can it fall to Kanan? It does. Kanan now inside there, the Stein, Grimminson. Grimminson hasn't been putting the best performance in late in the Champions League, and that's not going to help. Why are you shooting like that for? Come on, young Stein. Isberg's making a very good case to still be a starting winger for us. I'm giving Stein as much opportunity to grow as not growing. I'm thinking King Isberg is definitely the man. Goodison's looking a little bit under the weather. It's getting a bit unfit with that cheekbone injury. Flamen, inside Kanan. Kanan now. Will he play it down on the Buric set? He doesn't. Inside Kanan. He goes inside. It's long inside to Wagner. It's a risky ball, but we're lucky that Stephen reads it and picks it up. Stein, good challenge. Back to Stephen. Finds Wagner. Wagner, bull of quality, son. It's a decent ball towards the back post. Goodison's there. Oh, it was the chance to put the nail in the coffin, so to say. But he heads over. I think that's going to be the last we see of Goodison as well. We're actually going to do this, and we're going to drop... him in here. We're thinking about playing a defensive playmaker, but we're going to just put Bojan in and send him in on automatic and 2 normal midfielders around him. And we'll go like that. It's a free kick though, Kuzmaiser. His ball in. Free header for Galliano. It's a great take by Maruta, but unfortunately it falls back to whoever it was that put it in. I'm not 100% sure. It was Marko Guric. And all of a sudden, Dinamo are 1 goal away from going through. Kuzmic, great header. What a save that is from Maruta. But Marko Guric, right spot, right time. And all of a sudden, if you're a HK lads, you're in some trouble. Burik Sen's not having the best of games out there on the left, even though this is natural. Ivo Tomic's going to come straight on there and confirm that change. It's going to be a highlight, though. 68 minutes in. We need it to be our highlight. Burik Sen wins the header. Bojan now. Inside the Steven. Steven now. Finds Stein. Stein. Can he find Wagner on the overlap? He doesn't. Instead, Costa Santos tackles Bispo's long ball forward. Zuniga's doing some damage now. Zuniga, his ball inside, finds Ivo. Ivo, ball back inside to Zuniga. Zuniga, Bruno Bispo. Bispo now finds Kuzmic from distance. It's a long way wide. And it looks like Dinamo are all over us. I'm going to just calmly tell him to not concentrate as such, but demand more. Work harder, because you're letting him back into it this half. We're creating chances, but not, clear-cut chances. Prospect now picks up a knock. Everyone's out there with a knock right now. I'm thinking with 80 minutes left to go, we're going to go and put Isberg on now and just tell him to go on the break and have a run at his man. Dynamo need to put numbers forward, so I'm thinking about changing to the counter as well, just to hit him on the break and try and put this game beyond bend. It looks like a twisted knee for Stein. That's not the best of injuries. Yag's off. It's all happening. Yag. Why Yag? I didn't think it was maybe a second bookable offence, but there we go. We made all our changes as well. Very simple. Brian's going to go back in there and do a spot. Bojan and Steven going to go back one line. Isberg's going to go there. Kanan's going to go back one line as well. Flamen's going to be very isolated. We're going to go to contain. We're going to go to team instructions. Much lower tempo. Play even safer. Much deeper. Shorter passing. Retain possession. Be more disciplined. Work the ball to the box, that's fine. Stick the positions and be highly structured. And now we're just going to try and hold on for our lives. Why has it happened? We made it hard for ourselves. When does HK ever do it easy? All the changes made. Can we get home? I'm trying to give him a team talk to concentrate. Just concentrate, lads. You're nearly there. Get home. Limp home. 94, 95, 96. It's our corner as well. Why are we not killed the clock? Doesn't matter. Flamen, game over. We have got through on away goals. It's all happened in these two ties. Dinamo have come and played some great football, especially in that second half when the game was on the line, and nearly have pulled off an upset. I'd highlighted that this would be probably a very tricky tie, and it's probably one of the trickiest ties we could have got to get to the group stage in recent history. HK, though, have survived somehow. I am going to get aggressive and tell him that was win or not, that was unacceptable. Wagner looks demotivated, but everyone else looks pretty fired up. Scenes. Absolute scenes. Stein's injured. He's out for 5 to 8 days. Bojan there, bruised knee. Martin Prospect's out for 3 to 4 days at least. When's our next game? Oh, look, give him a rest. Just deserves a rest. Have it with a gashed head. I don't care. We get 2.34 mil from winning the thing, winning through to the Champions League. We also get that 14.87 million just up there. I slammed the team because, let's be honest, it wasn't hard. It wasn't great. Look, I would rather not discuss that right now. I'm delighted the side managed to come through and win this match. You must be proud. I mean, a lot of teams would have folded, but we did well. I thought it was no. I just don't need to single him out. Look to get back to winning ways. It's our first loss in a long while as well. But we get through 14.87 mil. We obviously get the group stage draw tomorrow. I'm now a bit worried about the group stage, considering that just happened. But it might just be a one-off, and Dinamo are quite good. Just really... See, these are the offers we're getting from Prospect. Prospect, I honestly reckon he's worth about that, and they just walk away. That's fine by me. I'm keeping Prospect for as long as possible. Good little player. We're obviously going to sim through to the group Champions League group stage draw, and we want to see what happens here. There might be some transfer business in the meantime as well. But yeah, it's been a bit nervy and a little bit thing. But see, look, Wagner only getting a 1 mil bid, and if I say 30 mil, they will negotiate, and then they will negotiate, but not too much higher. And am I really going to sell Jimmy Wagner for like 1.7 mil with not much up front? If I was being realistic, I'd actually ask for 15. Now, give me back with 1. But you see what I mean? Like 7.5, just like make me a bid that's worthy. We're just going to reject it now because, look, we're not selling him. He's indispensable to the club. Dagger Dan actually makes an offer. I'm actually very happy with that offer. I might stall that and make it a little bit lower. Napoli win for Steven, never happening. 4.2 mil up front. If they gave me 22, I would actually probably sell. But there we are. Romeo and Crespo on loan. We might just get straight into the Champions League group stage draw. I'm hoping it's not too late. Hoping it's not too late in the day because I want to get that Dagger Dan business sorted out. 36 emails. There we are. Everybody's going out on loan. Someone has a 32 mil bid. This guy must be in my transfer in my shortlist. Another loan. Look at all the loan offers. This is what happens every deadline day. Welcome to my world. Dagger Dan to move in Montpellier. Not just yet, Dagger. We might be selling you. Neves, Nims want Neves on loan. Tempted, but I want to keep Neves here in Thing. I'm just going to price him out again. Simple as that. Bonini as well. We're going to price him out because I really like Bonini's backup. They make a Brian offer. We're just going to let that one stall. Empoli make a Neves offer. I'm tempted yet again. I really want to hang on and get him into the national team because I think he would be great for the national team, Mr. Neves. But I guess that we're going to have to bite the bullet and probably let Neves go. He's quite unhappy at the club, and I feel bad being a club legend that we probably should we shouldn't let him go. Dagger Dan making party comments. Look, we're going to have to cancel that one there, don't we? I'm interested in selling Dagger Dan. Where's that transfer offer for Dagger Dan? Dagger Dan, 2 offers. Go to it. Montpellier. It's a transfer from NZ. Contract rejected. Strange. In that case, then we'll probably just accept the Dagger Dan one now. Going back to that thing, accept and compile match reports because, look, Dagger Dan still has decent potential, obviously, but being not homegrown is the whole reason I brought him in. Even though my scouts told me he was homegrown and that he's Icelandic. It's really strange. Got to continue forward. We eventually will get to the Champions League group stage draw. Bit of talking now, but we'll get through there. Bree coming up, obviously, in the derby. We won't see that game then. That will be another time. In terms of when I will come back, I'm thinking the first Champions League game we'll do on YouTube, and then I'll play the rest on Twitch on tonight's stream. FC Nates make atomic offer. I don't really care. Flamen offer of 2.5 mil. Very simple. Yep, that's very much how I want it to go. Brick Sen is getting a lot of offers, but a lot of small offers from big clubs. And like, if we go to negotiate, they don't negotiate too high either. It's like 700, 850, a mil at most. And it's like, for Brick, who's got great potential and growing, I don't see how it's, he's going to play for the German national side. I don't see how we can sell. Not a loan offers going through. I'm hoping the Champions League group stage draw doesn't take too long. We will see it in this episode. Wants to hurry up. There's a lot of transfer business. I didn't like that it was the 31st and the Champions League group stage draw was being drawn. There we are. It's not there yet. For a men offer, we're just going to continue forward now. It's only 3 o'clock, so I don't know if there's going to be games though on the. There shouldn't be games on the Thursday. Shouldn't have been played Tuesday, Wednesday. Should have all been played on the Wednesday for this group stage draw. And there we are. We're finally here. We're one of 8 teams that have been seeded 4th. We're, of course, going to be seeded 4th. City won it last year and have the best coefficients. Liverpool seeded 2nd, which is not bad for us. We are the best 4th seed now. We're not too far off the way of being a 3rd seed. The Shakhtar are there. And that would be a step up, of course, if we can get there. So we're going to obviously sim through and get to 3. And now we're going to have a look and see what group. PSV, Inter, and Olympic Lyon wouldn't be a bad group because I think we can somehow come 3rd. I think we're better than PSV. So I think we can come 3rd in that. We don't want Group B with Bayern, Barca, and Monaco. That would be hard. Benfica, Liverpool, and Dortmund would be a hard one as well. Group D, I think we can match it with Hoffenheim, but it'll still be quite tough. Group E's got Copenhagen. We haven't played Copenhagen in a long time, but I reckon we would be able to beat them. So maybe Group E is a decent one. Group F's difficult. Wolfsburg have a very good team. We don't want to see Leverkusen or Juventus, but Shakhtar is maybe beatable. So maybe Group G. Group H with Sporting would be interesting. We have beaten Sporting before. We're a better side now. So maybe Group H is good. We just don't want Group B, Group C, or Group F, really. Group A, Vigo. We do not want Group B. and we don't get it. Group C, as much as I would love to play Liverpool at Anfield and probably would suit up and wear a suit for that game, I don't want them. We didn't get them. Group D, I don't want Hoffenheim realistically. We get Hoffenheim though. We really wanted Group E. Nearly got there. We draw the rest of them. So we're in a group here with Chelsea, who won it 2 years ago. Napoli, who won our key man, one of our key mans, and Brian. Hoffenheim, who have been yo-yoing around 4th and 5th and 7th. I don't know how they're here in the German. How are they in the Champions League? They must have won the Europa League last year. Did they win the Europa League last year? Euro Cup, when was that? Yeah, they did win the Champions League, the Europa League last year. Look, that's their key player, and you can see why. I just think at home we can do a job against them. Obviously, Napoli are going to be quite good, and Chelsea, but maybe there's a chance to finish third. Once again, we get dealt a very hard group. With a bit of luck, we would have got, Group E, where Copenhagen, we can beat easy, I reckon. We could have maybe got like Group H, where we can beat Sporting, I think, over 2 legs. Group G, Shakhtar, I reckon we can beat. But once again, we're slotted in a group where it's going to be very difficult for us to get anything out of. So very hard once again for HK. But there you go. Going to save the game, and that will end the episode. It's been a fairly lengthy episode as well. It might be nearly a 40-minute episode. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to follow me on Twitch to watch Champions League games live and everything else live on HK, link will be in the description below. But once again, this is Damien signing off for another episode of HK. That's the end of episode 29. Stay tuned for episode 30. I don't know what it will be, but it'll probably be the first Champions League game, and then the rest I'll stream on Twitch. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and have a good one, and goodbye.